Okay, so this is your sideline external rotation. So you're gonna keep a little pad here. This helps, make sure that they're not letting their arm fall forward. You don't want them to fall back. That one should be right in the middle of the thorax. They're gonna start at their belly button. The cue is going from their belly button up towards the ceiling. So the common mistake patients will do with this one, instead of going from their belly button straight up into GHJ external rotation, is they'll do elbow extension or elbow flexion. And they'll do like a million of these and be like, my shoulder feels great, and then they can't even lift their arm like it all this way, right? So this one is gonna be typically a challenging exercise for someone with external rotation weakness, right? And so they're gonna go to about here. If they can get all the way up, they go for it. But most patients will get to about here. This is a great exercise, a great position to put them in an eccentric only position, because they can use that other hand to push the weight up, and then slow on the way down. All right, so someone who's having trouble doing external rotation, eccentric only with a TheraBand, this might be a good way to get them to do their eccentric only components. All right, the next one is Hughston exercises. So I'll show you the classic way in prone. So typically you're gonna have the patient with one hand here. I'll turn my head just so you can hear me a little better. So the first one is an I or an A, and this is gonna activate your lat, right? So you wanna initiate the motion with the scapular set, right? Which means shoulders retracted and depressed, scapular retraction and depression. And then you're gonna lift, come back down. All right, so set the scap, lift the arm goes back down, and then shoulder blades relax. Next one is a T, set the scap, come up like a T, right? We can also use the thumb up position, right, to come up and get a little more of your deltoid. If you go into that shoulder blade position here, you're gonna hit more of your trap. You come here, you're gonna hit more of that deltoid. Then we're gonna go into our Y position. So we wanna line this up with the fibers of the lower trap on the inferior angle of the scapula. So you're gonna retract and depress, go into the Y, come back down. Retract and depress, into the Y, come back down. Next one is your W, which is gonna get your rotator cuff. So 45-degree abduction, and then you're gonna externally rotate. So you're going in towards your belly button, even though you're laying down, and then up towards the ceiling, right? So it's a GHJ external rotation with that isometric. So you're gonna set this, so the way it would look like is you're gonna set the scap, 45, externally rotate, come back down. Set the scap, 45, externally rotate, back down. All right, those are your Ys. Those are your Ws. You have your overhead I or A, which is gonna be here. It's gonna work that deltoid. All right, so same thing, set the scap, lift, back down. Set the scap, lift, back down. And then your fifth one is your external at 0, right? So you're gonna go here, and you can lift up. And then people will add this progression to make this 90-90, right? The field goal position. They'll come up and externally rotate here, or you can keep your arm down here and bring the external rotation away from the body. Similar to like what we did with the 45. This one is gonna be a little easier. So your classic position for Hughston exercise is in prone. You can do all those same exercises in standing. I'll show you from behind. Right, so you would just do it here, do your I's or A's, do your T's, do your Y's, do your overhead I's, do your W's, and your external rotation at 0. You can do those standing with a TheraBand the same way I did. I would just be pulling on the band. Prone, I showed you, and then the other position is in a kneeling position with your chest on the physio ball. right? So you're gonna do all those same scap retraction, scap set, right? I, scap retract, T, scap retract, Y, scap retract, overhead I, scap retract W, and externalization at 0.